Well, welcome to Monday Night Training. So excited that everybody is here and everybody who's watching back. So a couple things that I want to go over. One, either those of you in person or those of you watching back, one of the things I want us to do is that, we are a skincare company. We represent product. So every night I'm going to call on people and I want you to, if you're watching back, put it in the comments. Okay, we know that all of us only love 2 products for Mary Kay, It All, I got it. But every time we come into a meeting, I want you to highlight a favorite product, a favorite product. That's it. What is your current a favorite product? Like I said, I know all of us use multiples, and it's one of the reasons that it's such a great tax advantage for us, because as this is a business, every single product you and people in your household use, keep track of it, because that is a business tax write-off. Also, all the products you use as testers are business tax write-offs. So using It All just helps lower our taxable income. And, one of my biggest things is, it's one thing to make money, another thing is how much money can we keep? So I'm going to pick on the beautiful Miss Amy first. So Amy, if you'll come off and tell us a favorite item tonight. And then, like I said, we'll go from there.
All right, a favorite item is the liquid eyeshadows.
Ooh, okay. Tell us what, why, how.
I like it because it's got the primer in it and it stays on all day, and it changes the color of my other eyeshadows, so I can put on the same eyeshadows and it look different.
Ooh, cool. Okay. And so what's your favorite, since there's 4 different beautiful shades? What is your go-to one that, yep, this is the one, Aim's grabbing it, or is there multiples? What do you do for colors?
I like all of them except for the Purple Nova.
Ooh.
Purple Nova is a little too dark for me.
I just don't use as much, but that's okay. So like A dot covers my whole eyelid. So yeah, but it's purple. So, it's going to be one of those that, I want to use it, but very cool. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. So for me, my favorite product right now, I'm still very much in love with the under eye, the depuffer. My allergies are still being done. And so I do love that. My tip and trick on that: clean, pat dry, not bone dry face. So every time I have done bone dry, to me, that's when I'm more likely to end up with the flakes underneath my eyes when I do that. But if my face is just pat dried, it is at a different position. But I will tell you, for me, I do that. Well, what you see is what you get. That's been on since 7 o'clock this morning. And so that's a little over 12 hours. I don't think that's a bad deal. I think I look better with it on than with it off. So there, Instant ID Puffer. That is my personal fave that I'm talking about tonight. So, okay. The other thing that we're going to do, so everybody who's watching back, in the comments, we want to hear your favorites. The reason I want to do this is because sometimes when you hear something that somebody else is using, either you're not using it, now they've intrigued you to use it, or their tips of how they're using it gives you ideas how to also up your ante of how you're using it. So we're always better together. So I love that. The other thing I do love is I love being able to celebrate people having great weeks. And I'm trying my best, because this is one of those growth points that I had to do seriously when I came to Mary Kay. Why do I want to do a weekly accomplishment sheet? Why do I want to do a weekly calendar? Don't ask me how many discussions I had with my director about those, that it was like, whatever. And the only way that they got me in the habit of doing it is that's the only way that we get recognized at all for our work. We couldn't just say we had $100 week. If it didn't show up in our weekly accomplishment sheets, even if we had $1,000 week, we got 0 group recognition for it. And it was like, okay, apparently I am prize motivated stuff to do that. So we did have 2 people turn in their weekly accomplishment sheets last week. So very, very excited about that. love that, taking care of their customers. And so what I want to do is give a huge shout out to our queen of classes, and that she is on screen with us tonight. So Miss Amy, tell us about your $342 in your party. Tell us about your skincare class. Who, how, what, how'd you meet them? Give us the lowdown on your party.
I had a couple different events that had just a couple people at each one. So one was a Facebook party, one was in person, and I don't know. We just talked about what we loved about the products, and they got to feel it and touch it and try it, and
Got
they
it.
bought.
Got it. So you've been with me, you've been in what, about 15 months now? Something like that, about in that range? Something about, because you started a January a year ago. Right?
January 2021.
Okay, so let's talk about Facebook parties. What have you seen your growth, or how have you been able to service your customers? What kind of walk us through what you do? And let's kind of just help keep not only what's working well for you, maybe some ideas. And this will be one of those things as you're watching back, if you have tips and ideas, or like, hey, that was really great feedback, whatever. This is a way, because Facebook parties, Facebook facials are still very much a part of our reality. So Aim, share what you did, how it all worked.
Well, I set it up with my hostess, and then I give her the invite and have her invite people. And in one of my introduction slides, I talk about prize points, and they get points for commenting on posts, points for asking questions, points for zooming, or different points. And then the one at the end, then I have prize drawings, and you have to have a minimum number of points, interactions, to be entered in the drawing.
Okay, so when you're doing a Facebook, is this on your Facebook, your regular Facebook wall? What do you set up a special group? What do you do?
It's a private group just for that customer and her guests.
Oh, awesome. Love that. Okay, so you set up your own group, and you do that and stuff like that. Okay, so you have that going, that your guests get to earn points before and I'm guessing during the party. Awesome. And then what do you do to help at the end of the party? How do you close your party, or how do you work on that part?
Closing the party is a little bit tricky, because I usually keep it open until a certain date. And then on that date, we post the top prize point winners, and they get a special gift, and I send them a private message. But I announce in the group that these were top prize point winners, and they're getting a special message from me with a special prize. And then I post a closing sheet, and I reach out to anybody who comments about the closing sheet and ask questions.
Love it. Love it. Okay, so one of the things that I love about Mary Kay is that there is more than one way, as my grandma would say, more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one way for us to run our business, more than one way for us to do it, and find things that work. This was a tip when you brought it up, talking about a Facebook party. This was a tip that I heard at seminar, that it's like, oh, seriously, I got to try this. So no sight unseen, okay, but it sounds very smart. Okay, can we just go with that? So they set up the Facebook party very similar to what you do, Amy. So this is the only part, the tweak on this is the close. Okay, this is only a tweak on the close. So as people are earning their points, entering into the party, okay, we are reminding them that at the end of the party, we are going to have a private consultation with them to make sure that we're answering their questions, their specific questions, without the whole world having to know what they ask. So you are setting up. So let's say that the party is, we'll pick on it, Monday night at 7 o'clock, and you're due to be done by 7:30. Okay. You can start scheduling these consultations. So be very similar to if we were in person. Okay, we do the party at the table. And then one by one, we would take them over to the couch and talk about their stuff, right? We do the tablecloths, and then we would do the individual clothes. So all you do is, as you're going into this party, you're scheduling these 10 to 20 minute individual closes with these people. Like, well, I know for a fact I can't be on. Okay, well then we'll schedule yours. I mean, as you said, Amy, you kept it open. So you could go into your next days or whatever, but to have pre-established closing times with your people that have committed to be on. I thought that was just a very nice way to kind of put a big bow on the event, that, hey, you know where they are. Same thing. You have their questions, you know what they're answering. That way you can also, in your prize points, in my opinion, that is worth some serious points that they have scheduled and show up for their session. That's worth some, to me, that's worth some serious points, kind of almost, but that, for me to do that little extra and then some. Couple things that I was very impressed about the incident, and then some. One, it allows us just that extra time with them to answer their questions, that building rapport. I also love it. It's like, this is attention that you don't get from just any place. I mean, how often, if you go to a mall or if you do go whatever, you don't have somebody knowing their product, stopping and just visiting with you and being a part of that. So I love that as well. So just a thought as we do that. The other thing that I'm going to post, since we were talking about the virtual, and our queen was virtual queen. So we love that because that's how she did her event. So she gets to be the virtual queen. I'm going to also post a copy that inherits this follow-up questions after a virtual event. So there is 7 questions that we can also use parts of, more of. But to me, this is just one of those things that, hey, if we have ways, in Mary Kay, it's not stealing ideas, it's making us better together. So totally love. So virtual parties, way to go, queen. You took us, you got us there. So let's give Amy a big round of applause. And by doing over $300 a week, that puts her on target. Only $300 a week puts you on target for being a star. And of course, Star Quarter ends September 15th. And putting it out there, to be a 4-quarter star, to get the extra bonus points that Mary Kay IE points prizes. To be a 4-quarter star, you have to be a 1st quarter star. The only people that get exempted from that are people that join us later in the year. But any of us that were in the company as of July 1, we need to be a 4-quarter star. We get to be a star all 4 quarters. So that is just greatness as we're going about that. Okay, so my goal is that I got 2 more quick things on training. So my goal is just to kind of let you know, besides a little sharing some product things, my goal is that this is going to last about 20 to 30 minutes. That's kind of my goal of where we're going. And I know I'm about at 6:17 right now. Okay, I'm going to see what we're going to do. So one of the things, did you know that Mary Kay has apps? How many people know that Mary Kay has apps? A lot of cool, amazing ones. How many of you know about the app that's called the Great Start app? Everybody know about the Great Start app? Okay, the Great Start app. Amy, I'm going to pick on you. Who do you believe the Great Start app is for?
Everyone.
Everyone. Okay, who is it? Who is it? What? Okay, riddle me this. Why is it good for everybody?
Because it's really good for new people because it keeps you on track, but it's good for seasoned consultants because it helps you keep your new people on track.
Do you know that it can also help keep you on track?
No.
Yeah. So you're right. It helps us know where our people are. But the other thing that I love about this app, which is where now I'm trying to see, if you notice on the screen, I'm actually here in the meeting twice for the hope that I can now screen share, start video, and then I want to, can you tell I'm working really hard at this? That didn't work. So I want to know. This was supposed to work, but as you can tell, I'm having a little problem on this. Yeah, there's me. There, I'm on the screen twice. Isn't that just totally scary? And then I want to meeting settings. I want to share screen. Nope, I don't need more emojis. Oh, annoying little thing. Nope. Okay, great plan. Fail, epic fail. We will come back to it. Okay, Amy, put it up on yours. Everybody who's watching back, log in. Hopefully you're not on your phone. I want you to go ahead and I want you to log into your Great Start app so that you can watch along with me as I do this. I'll try to do a little bit of generic screen sharing here as we're going. So when you log into your Great Start app, you're gonna, you see Mary Kay walking and all of that. The passwords, the codes are the same. Is your consultant number and your ID and your password from InTouch. Do love it that they don't make us know 9 million passwords. One set works for all of them. Love, love, love that. Okay, across the bottom of the app, you're going to see where it says Great Start, Education, Selling, and Team. Amy, do you see where it is there on the bottom? Okay, of the app. Yes. I want you to go to the Education tab. Okay. Right here is where you have the link. Do you have your Skincare Confident class done? Do you have your clinical solutions done? Do you have your Color Confident done? The other thing that happens is when they give updates, you can go here, and if your little badge isn't coming up, that means they've updated it and you get to go review it. So and then of course, Mary Kay University is there, and the whole, do you know what is stored out on the mobile learning app? Do you even know what's out there, Amy? They're past training videos. So national speeches, top direct speeches, all of that kind of stuff, so that it's so it's at your hand, wherever you do your mobile devices. So I love that. So as you're getting ready, you can listen to things like that. Okay, now go to the Selling tab. My customer app is right there. Okay, digital showcase. What are they telling us to use? I also love it that you have your in-person party and your virtual skincare party. So since we were talking about the virtual hybrid skincare, if you click on that, it will also give you how-to videos. I don't know about you, Amy, but don't you like extra tips and tricks? Okay, yeah. I'm thinking this is very much for any of us. I don't think we have to be in less than an hour to actually make this. And then of course, you also have your team building. Have you ever wondered where the team building flyer is? It's right there that you can forward on to somebody. Love it that, how is your like Amy, like you said, how is your team doing? What are the rewards that are available that you can forward? Role playing about sharing the opportunity. I know that is one of the areas, Amy, you're talking about, hey, how can I help my new team members know what they should be saying to their new team members? It's all right there. So anybody else think that the Great Start app is like all of that in a handbag? And basically, I think it's like Mary Kay mobile without going on to InTouch. It's a little easier than to me, it's easier to log into this than to see all the stuff that InTouch has to offer. It's all in your hands. So love, love that. The last thing I want to talk about tonight, as I said, trying to keep our meetings short, efficient, to the point, is our new fall line, because officially everybody can order it today. Everybody can order all of our new fall products today. Hold on one second here. On the verge of coughing, so just a second. I'm gonna mute, cough, drink. And I'm back, I think. There you go. Okay. Anybody think the fall palette is absolutely beautiful besides me? Yes. Do you know that we have a makeup contest that goes in conjunction with the new palette? Okay. Do you know what gets people qualified to be in the makeup contest? Is it super duper makeup or is it the story?
The story.
The story. The story. This is the part that excites me so much. It's about people telling their story. So could it be a girl that just barely wears makeup? Can she still enter and still have a chance to win? Absolutely. Or it could be the people that, do it all and all and all, and their story can do it too. So I am using this as a way to reach out to my customers and my friends. I want to hear their story, and that is how I'm booking them. Would you be willing to let me hear your story? Would you be willing that we got to play some makeup, but the bigger part is I want you to share your story. Requirements is, the only requirements is they do need to use Mary Kay. They don't even have to use the palette. So if they don't like the new palette, they don't have to use any of the colors. Okay, they can use anything Mary Kay. So if it's like, hey, they're a CC girl, CC cream, and they like the liquid eyeshadow and some mascara, that look counts. But it's about her story. Because one of the things to me that, as you can tell, Mary's a tad bit excited about this, is because over COVID, what has happened is that people have gotten isolated and people have felt more alone. We are more socially media connected than ever before, and people feel more alone than ever. And this is a chance for people to tell their story. And I mean, I'm using it so that I'm having a chance for people in my chambers that I want to hear their business story. I'm using it with some of my nonprofits of what's got them excited about being in their nonprofit. I'm using it with some of my sports teams that they have a chance that, hey, this is the look that I'm rocking while I'm cheering Bobby on the court. So it is any place that lets people share their story. And so totally excited. That contest goes live tomorrow. So any makeup looks you've had before now, of course, we can roll into that. But I just hope you can get as excited about this contest. Aim, are you excited that you want to give any feedback or ideas of things that you're doing? Since, like I said, I'm totally picking on the queen tonight. Sorry. Well, you love me in spite of it. So would you like to unmute and share anything about that?
I haven't given it a lot of thought yet, to be honest.
Okay. Well, now hopefully I've inspired you, given you a reason to get some excitement about that as well. The other thing that I'm going to be posting in the bottom, just to make sure all of us, since we are in the Jewel National area, Julia Monday Gardner National area, we have a new website for Julia's homepage stuff. Out there is her tracking sheet to help us stay on focus. What are things that we can do to help our money make business? So I will post the director IPA sheet individually below, but I'm also going to give you the website so that we know where our nationals website is to be a part of it. So a couple things out there about that. The last thing I want to share before my story, I don't save many Mary Kay old books. I don't. I usually, if I get them, I may put a sticker on the front and said, hey, this is, contact me about seeing the latest, greatest book, and I might leave it like at a doctor's office or something like that. So I very rarely, I'll be honest, this is the only old book that I have at all in my house. That's not current. Other than that's only current book. Well, that way I also know what the current book is. Okay, so it's also, but the only reason I saved this book was the centerfold. Do you remember the centerfold that had all the amazing words about our business? I will be nice. I will take a photo of it and post it below. But one thing that this empowered me, big words are big words. Skincare, yes, being in the business, would you believe that it's going to be 14 years in a couple weeks that I've been doing this? What? And I've gotten smarter over 14 years because I've been doing the same thing. But I love the education that this gave me, that the buzzwords that are in the market, what are people buzzing around with words, and what are things that, why they're there, and how we can help our customers be more intelligent shoppers. Now, maybe they're more intelligent shoppers that they're shopping more with us, but if not, we've done our job of empowering people that they are more empowered to buy what they want. So what I would like to also have happen is open up that photo and pick on a word, and just like your favorite one product. What's your one word that you're reading off that list of? It's like, hey, I activated charcoal. It absorbs twice its weight in impurities. It is designed to help super clean. That's why we like activated charcoal. But what are things that we can do? So anyway, okay, the story for tonight, as we end our time together tonight, is: are you a reporter are you a news reporter, or are you the weather girl? Because a reporter can only report on something that has happened, right? A reporter, unfortunately, regurgitates history and sends you back and sends you back and sends you back. But what's the weather person doing? What's the weather girl doing? She's out there saying, well, in this many days, this is where we're headed, right? So we were challenged this morning. I'll admit, I stole this from our beautiful national, but it really kind of inspired me to say, hey, when we're looking at our business, are we taking enough knowledge of things that have happened in the past, which a weather person has to do? They're very smart. They're reading all their charts and things like that, but then they're forecasting where they are going. Are we forecasting that, hey, am I excited that by the end of the month, I have 5 new team members? It's my month to gold medal. Am I forecasting that, my commission check, which I was so excited the first time I got a commission check that was $4.72. Now Mary Kay is writing me checks that have 5 digits. Am I putting that forecasting out that every month Mary Kay is writing me a commission check that is in excess of $10,000? Okay, so as you are looking at it, this is one of those things. Why are we in business? Why are we in Mary Kay? Well, one of the reasons that we're in Mary Kay is to learn some business strategies. Well, business strategy isn't to just lean in the past. Business strategy is to take where you've been and forecast yourself into a better position. So here's to all my weather people. Whether or not you believe me or not, I believe you are amazing. So how about we end, since God first, family second, career third, how about we end with a prayer, and then we will let you guys out of here. Dear gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for who you be. We thank you that you have given each of us specific gifts and talents. Help us to use those talents. Help us to take that forecast that you have shed your light on into the future. Help us to be all that you've done. Congratulate our queen, especially Amy tonight, virtual queen. Help each of us to continue to reach out to those people that you have set for us. And those, Lord, that right now that are not ready for us, Lord, let our hearts let them go. And help us to be excited about the forecast where you and the future that you have for us. We ask this in your Son, our Savior's name. Amen.